My name is Mike San. I'm a persecuted Christian taught individual, taught with a seeker persecution program. That's called gang stalking of taught individuals. Gang stalk is real, but most online tears are not. Most online TS are fakes. And to give you some statistics and numbers, 9 out of 10 so-called taught videos online are fake taught videos, counterintelligence agents who work to cover up gang stalking with the crazy talk. So approximately 9 out of 10 TI so-called taught videos are fake taught videos. They work for the program. And 9 out of 10 fakes crazy talk. The crazy talk gives them away 9 out of 10 times. Gang stalk is really real. It's hard to wake people up to the truth because the average person is walking around like a zombie, like a haze. The average person is the opposite of sharp, and there's so many areas of ignorance. I was doing some shadowboxing before and I clipped my elbow on this thing here. I was near the bicep because I could feel some pain in the elbow. I had to check it. But it said nothing had snapped, so I could keep doing the bicep curls. I've been taught about the deep state since I was a child. But it wasn't until in my early 20s that I became taught with Gangstalk, where they flipped the taught switch on, and I started being taught with Gangstalk. And I thought the Gangstalk was gonna make you weak. Part of taught is the stress weapon, and the stress weapon, I mean the psychological taught. I remember reading an article, it's accurate in part. It's like constant provocation, the psychological warfare part of the Gangstalk in of itself, which lead to high cortisol or testosterone and like disruption of hormone balance if it takes on a person. So Gangstalk in the psychological warfare in itself will lead to hormone imbalances, muscle wasting, and like putting on body weight and things like this. So I don't think it looks like it's been working on me. The cortisol PTSD stress weapon hasn't been taken on this one. See? Now, here's the thing. I don't see anybody else like me out here teaching truth about Gangstalking. Either the crazy talkers, so-called TIs, either the crazy talkers, or they present like a light version of Gangstalking, like Stalked by the Feds Lisa, who I count as a fake TI. It's like baby stuff compared to what I'm dealing with. It's like she's not talking about being sprayed with chemicals and being out in public, being shot in the leg with a dart gun, having her loved ones attacked physically and things like this. So what the target I've been getting, it's a war. Gangstalking is not just psychological warfare. It's a war. So I'm a target of a secret persecution war called Gangstalking that's been waging both psychological warfare and physical warfare on me, attacking me physically, poisoning, spraying with chemicals, and it's really insane. So now, if it wasn't for me having been a Christian, I wouldn't have been able to survive all this what I survived. So, I'm in better shape than most people. I'm 36. I'm in better shape and perform at a high level, mentally and physically. I'm more capable than the average man at 36. And the average prep is work for the program. So, that really says something. Despite the level of taught I've been getting, I'm still in better shape than the average person. I believe that exercising releases testosterone. A lot of times if I exercise, I start exercising, the first few sets feel the hardest. And if I keep exercising, it feels like it almost feels like it gets easier the more I do it. And it has to boil down to the body releasing. Basically, I don't have to know the ins and outs, but I won't be surprised to start exercising and it's more like testosterone. Yeah, so a big part of bullying is constant harassment, provocations, threats, and bullying by flying monkeys that put up the target in your neighborhood, little neighbors. What is the targeting? A big part of targeting. Well, if I go to the supermarket, there's flying monkeys that are provoking me, pushing my buttons, working to make me feel attacked, targeted, violated. The big part of targeting is people communicating veiled threats, gaslighting, constant bullying and harassment, subtle bullying and harassment and provocations and veiled threats and gaslighting, all this. Now the psychological warfare is a piece of cake compared to the physical warfare I've been talking about. So part of what is gang stalking? It's a secret persecution program where somebody like me being a target gets targeted repeatedly all the time by flying monkeys. People are agents who work for the program, and they target you with psychological warfare and physical warfare, believe it or not. That's been going on for years. So if I go out in public, people are sent to go where I am, flying monkeys, and get told to do things that are supposed to make me feel harassed and targeted, and work to push your buttons, provoke you. And a big part of the target is what's called narcissistic abuse. There's a lot of Christian ministries that work for the program, the Bible Church, where I think Ronald, Andy Woods, and others have taught me for the persecution program called gang stalking, with narcissistic abuse texts and videos. And they're totally sophisticated. It's designed to be hard for other people to see, but still having the person feel targeted. Now, some of the physical attacks I got is being sprayed with chemicals, where they're attacked in different ways physically, where they have cars that can spray with chemicals. That's happened in public, and they have cars with COVID devices spraying a chemical on. Perps have handheld devices on them. I've been sprayed with chemicals. Happened one time in a restaurant. I seen a group of perps next to my table, and I seen them eating. This in a group of perps, and one of them, the female perp, had her hat, like a hat here, and held something in the hand, stand next to my table. I felt like that in my face, and started reacting to it. So this is the insane target I got. I also been shot in the right leg with a most likely a CIA dart gun. Then I still have a numb spot on right calf from that. So I've been attacked physically by the program. But this is a war. It's a tyrannical war. Most people don't live in reality. The reason it's hard for people to believe the truth is because they're ignorant. They lack knowledge, and they lack wisdom, and they lack mental sharpness. There's a lot of things that people have a problem with, which is why it's so hard for me to wake people up, to not land an inside job, or get people to see the truth that they live in home movies or anything else I deal with, because the average person is asleep in the matrix, as it was. The average is still asleep in the matrix. So I'm the target of a secret persecution program called gang stalking on videos. I've been taught for more than a decade with this. And it's not just harassment. It's not just psychological warfare. Psychological warfare, harassment, and like bullying, quote unquote, covert bullying, is part of the target. But it's a gang stalking is not more than that. It's a war. We get targeted physically. So you can't find somebody else teaching what I'm teaching, because all I see from target videos, crazy talkers and light gang stalking talkers. It's like, it's like gang stalking, I'm being harassed and bullied. So it's like either it's crazy talk or gang stalking light, where they talk about like bullying, but not talk about being poisoned or sprayed with chemicals. So gang stalking is real, most years or not. I've been a target of gang stalking for more than a decade. And other targets need to find me, watch my videos, learn from me, and take my advice. So people get recruited to be flying monkeys who are supposed to target me, and they get put up to target me in subtle ways with so-called narcissistic abuse tactics, which is very wicked and cowardly. So it's like they notice how they obviously in the wrong, they don't have the right to attack me. They're doing something that's wrong, see, which is why they had to hide it. They had to be covert. It's like they have skits where they have people that are put up in the neighborhood to target for the gang stalking program, and they are doing things I'm supposed to feel attacked and targeted and harassed by and abused by. Narcissist always abuse tactics. But if I go, you're doing that, you go, no, you're crazy and paranoid, we're not doing that to you, see. That's how the problem works. It will be subtle, covert abuse. And flying monkeys get told to do, say, where things around me that I'm supposed to be harassed by. They're being put up to do things that are abusive. They get told to do covert abuse, subtle. And why are they being subtle? Because they're doing something wrong. And they want to be able to deny it. To be like, yeah, we're not bullying, we're not bullying anybody. So the gang stalking program is real. And the people who work for the program are part of a cult, stalking murder cult like the Bible Church. Christians that participate in the targeting, they need to know that they're cult members. They're like a stalking murder cult. They're part of a murder death cult. Stalking murder cult. Christian ministers have abandoned whole towns during the Bible Church and the woods that have targeted for this persecution. They're all cult members. It's like, yeah, we're part of a secret program. We're targeting people secretly. And we have to cover up the outside world, can't know what we're doing to people. And if people whistleblow and speak out about what we're doing, it's like that person's crazy, we're not doing that here. So they're like cult members. Gang stalking is real. You feel real dumb if 10 years from now it's been exposed and I was here saying I'm talking you're crazy, you're paranoid, gangster, it's not happening. If like 10 years from now this is exposed and it's like people are, yeah, the gang stalking program, but real. You feel real stupid now. Awesome, man. The Bible Church, getting soccer church recently in the video. There's a lot of Christians getting sick, like the Bible Church, listen, end up getting this, that health problem. They never would have got that problem through the listen to me all these years. They'd be better off. Somebody recently got into the hospital with staph infection. Well, I believe they would have ended up in the hospital with staph infection if it would have gone through. They'd be a lot less likely to. I did 3 sets of bicep hammer curls, 10 kilo bicep hammer curls before, 23 reps per set. And these are bonus rounds of exercising. It's been in the fastest state. People believe that you have to eat and stuff. And here's the point, the average Christian is weak. That's why they don't fast. Because it's hard for them to fast. Because they're weak and they can't endure wholeness. The most common health goal is to lose weight. The average American has a higher body fat percentage than the average American pig. Okay, the average American and the average, it's like an obesity epidemic. So the most common health goal is to lose fat. Okay, and obviously these people are weak in the character because everybody knows if you eat less, that's conducive to losing weight. So if you go from eating 3 times a day to fasting 20 hours like SAHA does and eating 1 time only per day, if they would do what I do, eat 1 time only per day and fast 20 hours plus every day, they start losing fat. See? So it's like they want to lose weight. There is a way they could. They're not doing it because it takes discipline and strength of character to do that. are going to be engaged in some boot camp practices. I'm gonna keep working to speak the truth about gang stalking and speak the truth generally. Get my side of the story out there. Speak the truth. And I got to the point long ago. Once I get to it, God can use me. They're not afraid of people saying this crazy. Not the top thing, but Rudolf Gibbs was a quote about too many good men keep their mouth shut. And I'm not by nature a person that has natural quality to be like that. I know about nowadays, I know about satanic pedophiles, psychopaths, what most of about children, and everything that I know. And about gang stalking, which is terrible. And I'm not going to just be quiet about it. I like to use the shower. So even small wounds should be given great care. That's my philosophy of wound care. That even minor wounds should be given great care. Because these people, they get infections. You don't have to break your bone and have the bone sticking out. Now any bone breaking results in bone being outside the body, exposed to the air, the outside environment. Those are infection prone. Okay. When people break the bone, like the bone is in the air, that's a bone break that's contraceptive to infection. If you have a bone break in any part of the bone, there's bone in the air outside the body. That's problematic. Now you don't have to have a deep cut for it to be a risk of infection. Even like a minor scratch can be an infection. So even petty wounds, there's internal and external procedures. Anyway, I'm married. I brought my wife to the Lord, and we're married. And the Lord blessed me with a wife that she's pretty close, if not entirely like the Polish wife. She's a meek and quiet spirit, she's feminine. The average Western female is destroyed on the side, the hyper-masculine. They have masculine energy and a high body count. The average Western female has a high body count in two ways. Like high body count, like a serial killer or babies. They have like 2 abortions. The other American women, they have like 2+ abortions. So they have a high murder body count, see? Okay. And these are the same Christian churches. The Bible church. Where it's like 1 in 4 American women have had an abortion. In the cult brainwashing and the deep state control gang stalking church is like, gang stalking is for bad people, they're all bad, have done bad things. Well, I've never committed a single murder, see, over a baby, okay? So the gang stalking church have women in there. They're part of stalking murderers. I call it where they do Michael's bad guy, he's bad. That's why it's okay to do this to him. And in the same churches that do the Bible church and things, they have women in the audience that have murdered babies, innocent babies, the sin of murder. Which is the worst sin you can commit to somebody, because you can come back from all kinds of stuff. I've had traumas, physical, psychological, and people can bounce back from traumas, from this and that, but you can't come back from death. So if you murder somebody, they can't come back. Like if you beat somebody up real bad, it might be traumatized, maybe they get PTSD, but they can come back and be healed. And do you understand? People can go through trauma, they become a drug addict later on, they become a success story, they quit the drugs, get into a ministry or something like this. Okay, but you can't come back from death, see? So it's like, yeah, this game stalking churches like the Bible church. Mike's bad. Meanwhile, 1 or 4 women in the church have murdered a baby before. See? They committed sin of murder against a baby. And I don't care if it's legal in the country. Murder is murder. They know these kind of things out there. And do the Bible church leadership. They know that they can sell off and wrong. And they know that some part of law is doing it. And I'm writing the truth. On the business and they have like lying to themselves and they're not okay. Keep the lie alive. So anyway, I'm married, understand. So anyway, and she's got a low body count, no abortions, no previous partners. So thanks to God, God bless me with a wife. I like my wife like my football ball. Okay. Pure and virgin. And as organic as possible, as little chemical exposure before contact as possible. Okay. So it's okay. Yeah, anyway, it's okay. But it is yeah. I've been trying to get a sponsor. Like a good sponsor. So, okay. To do the Bible church. So basically, it comes to God wants to have the right to do his field pipes. Okay. I recommend extending this to we go through the town first and have like a good for the town first. And we have garbage out there. And we go to the person first with garbage out and it's $20 and you get the job for the passing job. And it's over the bridge. And it's like at least like 200 feet. And it's last reason I could recommend it from small goals to the idea that how much is the garbage out there? $20. Why don't you let the garbage out without a look? You understand? I didn't even have it. Because it's going to be an even more like shortage throughout the experience. Another thing is comes to them. They do if they have like an event package where like try skydiving, you understand? Where they got like some Cessna that they can like outside and on the side. And they do it to check it out and buy the package. And it's $100 to jump out of it and refer to it. And the last one for the instructor, the next jump out and go ahead. Well, you let the bug jump in all person for half the price. And you go you go skydiving, you jump out of the airplane, and you for half the price for all person. Yeah. Or if they make Russian roulette legal as a sport, and they were shooting machines. So we go down there and they have the topics and how much for Russian roulette to run. And they go they go about the 10 cents like that to the Christian or the Lord. So but Russian roulette, I think the show that you're not a Christian. To get down there, understand? And it's like it's not like Russian roulette with one big loader for the 1 in 6 chance they will go on. But to really show that you're not a Christian, you gotta do the Russian roulette if you're gonna do it with every single loader. Because it's like there's more of a challenge, understand? Because basically you're counting on at like a bad primer, which maybe it's like 1 in a million ground ship from the factory has a bad primer, like taken and not come off. And it's like if you're lucky, there's 1 out of 6. You've got to be really lucky, okay, to have one bad primer. I mean, it's like the hammer strikes it and doesn't go off in the revolver. So that's lucky, first of all. Okay. Maybe I had to load like 6,000 revolvers to have one run not go off, okay. So now, so if it's 1 in 6, which it'll be rare first, there is 1 in 6 in this revolver that has a bad prime won't go off when the hammer strikes it. Now you have 1 in 6 chance that will be the cylinder line up with it'll be in the correct position, but that's the one that's hit when I put it. Now I'm being facetious, so I have to be different. It's just been a live comedy performance, just jokes, okay? Nobody should be jumping when I pray shoot if they watch living anyway. Or skydive when I pray shoot. So, anyway, this is natural episode. Not what you use, there's a lot of all this. I don't know what's it going to get, fish gas and yeah. A lot of catching up to do. We got a lot of catching up to do. Maybe 6 years from now, somebody will wake up and wow, I learned about vitamin megados and vitamin C or something like this. I realize it's important to megados vitamin C, which means get enough, which is the same thing as saying like not getting too little vitamin C. Okay, so maybe one day we'll wake up. Yeah, so they had this another fighting with anti-success case. Where another person under care ended up in the hospital. Okay, with a staph infection. I believe it's a very real chance that they will be listening to me on this. They ended up asking me to run some my email. They asked my email, look at the email. And I asked her, how can I prevent a demon staph mite? And I go, and I answered the email. And I go, hello, goodbye. I believe they could have been helpful. The first in the hospital now was the staph infection. I don't know if we were working as a plumber, but we were working weight management. Because if you work on people, maybe you like to do that person. I believe that they like to be talking to people, they're talking to people. All right. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know how much ignorance. You don't know how much knowledge you're lacking. Knowledge is power. Body has like catching up. And it's that people are, the reason the average Christian doesn't know what I know, and I had to teach it to them, is because they haven't listened to God. So God will be working to guide believers into all truth. So why haven't you been guided into truth by not living inside job? Or the deep state agenda in plain view truth? Why haven't you learned the truth about this world? That the deep state, you are part of this reality I live in. I know that the deep state control the media and politics, and they hide truth in plain view and foreshadow this and that. It's like you haven't arrived at this truth because you haven't been forward, and you haven't learned about supplements. So most Christians, they're like children, unfortunately. It's like interacting with children, unfortunately. Like the average 30 plus Christian American or Swedish person, they're gonna be like a child. Pretty much, it's like they're like a child. Not in the good way, in terms of innocence, or like uncorrupt or something. No. But in terms of immaturity and lack of knowledge. Anyway, I'm married, I have a wife. She's a lovely woman, beautiful, chaste, meek and quiet spirit. She's not a macho man, Randy Savage type of girl. Okay, which unfortunately a lot of women, Western women, have been destroyed. And they become hyper masculine. There's a warm femininity masculinity, which means the deep state have been working to masculinize women and feminize men. And it's worked on most people. So unfortunately you have to look to the east to find feminine women nowadays. There's more feminine women in the east. Okay. Like Vietnam, Korea, Japan, Thailand. There's more real women in these countries than in Sweden or America. So they like retain their femininity. See. So anyway, I won my wife to the Lord, and that wasn't just a 10-minute thing. It took quite some time talking to her, but eventually I won her to the Lord. She became a Christian, and thank God for her. And we married. We exchanged vows. And I'm not going to get married, so it's till death do us part. There's no chance that there's not a possibility in my mind that there's something that will make me break up with her. The Lord hates putting away divorce. The only legit reason that a Christian couple are allowed by God to divorce is for fornication. Which means if the husband cheats on the wife, you're a couple, you're married, and you cheat on the wife, or the wife cheats on the husband, you can get divorced. Other than that, you shouldn't get divorced. Now, interesting enough, a lot of American couples or Swedish couples with a really high divorce rate, they will have to death do us part in the vows, see? But I guess they don't take it seriously. Like the most common like marriage vows would be like till death do us part, okay, which means stay married until we're both dead, understand? But it's still they have this like flimsy, it's like wow, it's like, but they end up divorcing because they get tired of each other, they lose the spark, they don't feel in love anymore, something like this. For a year, they break up and get divorced. So it's not till I get bored with you, okay? Like as long as I'm like on cloud nine, okay, till the excitement runs out or something like this. No, till death do us part. So I'm married, gonna stay married. And I'm proud of my wife. She's reading the Bible and praying to God on a daily basis. She's praying to God and reading her Bible on a daily basis. As a baby in Christ already, which is more than can be said about a lot of people that claim they've been saved for like 10 plus years. Maybe read like a devotion or like a little paragraph a week or something like this. So anyway, I'm thankful to God that I found a good wife. And she's a feminine woman. Recently, There was a Thai queen that passed recently at 90 something, so she lived a long life, really long, especially if you look at the West, like the average lifespan is around 70, I think, in America and Sweden. So my condolences to her, and I have support to her family. I looked at a clip of her, and I told we that it's like, I like her personality. I've only seen her in the video. I like her personality. She's feminine. She has a feminine woman. She has uh, like a gracious, uh, soft energy. She doesn't try to be a tough guy. I understand. She's gracious and like a woman. And I said that she'd be a good role model for a lot of women today, just in her personality, not necessarily wholesale like everything, but in her personality. It'd be good if more women were like her, where it was like they're oozing with femininity, and not like okay, with a lot of Western women. So this is how like the energy personified of a lot of Western females. So it'd be good if more women were like that, feminine energy. So speaking of Thailand, London is Trump had I looked at the video actually. Trump, when he's not busy destroying the Rose Garden and pouring concrete on it and demolishing America from the heart of America or something like this, blowing up the White House, okay, bulldozing over the White House and pouring concrete in the Rose Garden and things like this. When he's not busy doing that, so he had a press conference with the Prime Minister of Cambodia and Thailand, and then possibly Myanmar. This is a war masculine and femininity, where the deep state and control of from behind the scenes plural, have been working to demasculinize men, which is the same thing as saying effeminize, and masculinize women, and it's worked on most people. A lot of American men are Christian leaders in leadership positions. They looked like I did before I hit puberty. They had just like a boyish energy, aura, and look to them. And it basically boils down to having low T since a teenager. They've had super low T, so much lower testosterone than was normal since being a teenager until now. So when the cranium was forming, they had low testosterone, low human growth hormone. So a lot of times in Hollywood, when someone's going to play a leading man warrior type of person, they get on TRT, okay, and then they change and they look more masculine now. So it's like basically the difference between me and the average Joe is similar to an average Joe and an average Joe that gets on roads, understand, in terms of testosterone, athleticism, and energy, and how long they can hold their breath, and how hard they can exercise, how long they can keep going, low on sleep, low on food, and things like this. The difference in energy level and just testosterone, I won't be surprised if it's very close to the difference between somebody on an average Joe and an average Joe on roads or something like this in terms of testosterone levels. So the average man has had low testosterone since childhood due to exposure to things that attack men's testosterone. There's things that lower men's testosterone in all age ranges, and these exposures, the average American and Swedish person has them since teenage years, and actually before that. So if you have low testosterone and human growth hormone, when you're going through, like from 12 to 18, it's like when your cranium is forming, it's supposed to be becoming more masculine, like the puberty era. It's like your body's supposed to change, and your face is supposed to be transformed more manly, and your body and everything. It's like you have a lot more T than you should have. So that's why you have people like Andy Woods and Brandon Holthouse. Brandon Holthouse is a good example of this. And I saw this guy Andy Woods. He looks like a fish, the crossbred in Chernobyl with a pig or something like this. It looks like some weird science experiment. Like the crossbred like a pig with a fish. Okay, they got like a fish and a pig and threw it in the Chernobyl, like the cooling tank pool of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. And then they kept doing that until they spawned, possibly a frog got into this like eggs that has Ed Woods calls out, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it looks like. It looks like a mix between a pig and a fish. Understand? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a pig fish. Understand? It's like a pig fish. So, the deep state don't like men like me that can see them for what they are, and having low testosterone make you to control. You don't understand. I'm like in the Matrix here. I can see the truth. They're here everywhere. Times past, present, future. So that's the point. The deep state have the average person pretty born on. See? There's an agenda to have the masses easy to control. So this world is talks about design, not by incompetence, not by chance. That's one of my quotes. So there's a Mike SAHA quote. This world is talks about design. It'll be in cursive with quotation marks and underlined. Okay. So this world is talks about design, not by incompetence, not by chance. Mike SAHA, one quote. So you think about that a little bit, and it shouldn't take more than 3 seconds if you have 6 brain cells rubbed together. So here's the point. The reason that this was, and most people are ignorant how toxic the world is, okay? So that's like the first step, understanding, being able to see just how toxic this world is. And if you like seeing that, wow, how the average person of their life is, like how to be dumb and weak, okay? And if you're dumb and weak, you're easy to control, okay? So that's the first step. Now, the second step will be to be able to perceive that it's by design, see, and not be a conspiracy theorist. And like the entry level conspiracy realist is the money angle, see, where I see people at a lower level of understanding where go, it's like, yeah, people wake up, it's like, yeah, there is an agenda to discredit supplements for your health because Big Pharma makes money and people not knowing about supplements for your health, something like this. No, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than money. It's not like, well, Coca-Cola makes money by selling high sugar liquids. So that's why, okay, and Pfizer makes money by people not knowing about supplements and this and that and the other thing. It's like they have more customers that way. No, the deep state, this world is designed to make the masses weak. And then you have all these compartments, this company, that company, this company, that company. The media that don't report about how bad these things are that most people are using, and promoting other things. So this world is designed to have the masses controllable, which is why the average person eats a high sugar diet, don't take the supplements, and live the life like they live the life. It's by design. And the deep state hide the agenda in plain view. See? So they hide the agenda in plain view. If someone lower mass testosterone, his body fat goes up, yielding a softer physique. See, I'm ripped with a 6-pack, hard, stay hard. I'm saying, if I need to start forgetting about staying hard, I go check David Goggins' Instagram. Stay hard, okay? He's like, yeah, I'm hard, I need to stay that way. Most men, a lot of men, they had to get hard so they can stay that way after that. And I don't know why David Goggins gets sponsored by Viagra yet, okay? Okay? It's like a match made in heaven. It's like whatever. Or like Bluetooth, something like this. Things that I don't need, understand? I wake up in the morning and they could hoist like a flagpole for this. But here's the point. Okay. It's like, the point is this. Not all the time, but here's the thing. I've also analyzed this, like the morning erections, which is commonly correlated with having not low T, is having spontaneous erections in the morning. Okay, in the absence of visual stimuli of a sexual nature. Okay, I mean, you're not looking at a picture of a baby in a bikini and have an erection, but like you just wake up and you notice you have an erection. Okay, so that's commonly correlated with having high testosterone. Okay, now where does I go with this? So I've noticed that the biological timer, so it's like morning, yeah, most people wake up in the morning and go to bed at night, but I've noticed that it's like if I've been awake for 30 hours, pulling all-nighter, and it's like 5 a.m., I must still have a morning erection at 5 a.m. even though I didn't sleep. So it's not just the time spent sleeping, it's like you're 8 hours sleep and you have a spontaneous erection in the morning. No, it's like the body knows what time it is. It's early morning, if you've been sleeping or not, understand? So, but here's the point. Trump, he's gonna burn in hell if he doesn't get saved. Okay. The founding fathers would have pinned on crimes against humanity and lynched them. That's the I understand. The founding fathers would have like they would have pinned them on crimes against the Constitution, working with enemies, foreign and domestic, and they would have lynched them. Quite possibly. They would. Because he's worked for the deep state that did terror on 9/11, blew up the towers on 9/11. He's worked for the same deep state that did 9/11 and worked to undermine America. So I don't care. Just like that. That's not very. Okay. I don't care. The truth is the truth. I'm more American than the president of America is. I'm more American in spirit than the president of America is. Because the deep state has got me corrupted. They told me stop making videos about Scottish, I might have an accident. I'll go screw you, I'll make movies about Scottish. Then they make me have an accident, and they work to make me have an accident as it is. Whereas Trump is sold out to these people that are anti-America. So I'm not done dealing with Rafiq on. I'll be enjoying keep attacking him ferociously as the wicked, evil, narcissistic, abusive heretic that he is, a filthy deep state sellout. This narcissist is a control freak and wants to control people. And he made a video recently, Rafiq Garner. Don't make me mad. I'll make a video in 12 hours trying my hardest to make him mad by exposing him. Because it's like, this is also like the narcissist Rafiq Garner, where he doesn't like my superior courage. He's a coward, and it gives a narcissistic injury that I have courage and I can't be controlled with threats or intimidation. So it's still like they make him believe, no, Mike is a coward as I am. He's a coward. So it's like still they keep acting bad intelligence. Where it's like I've seen this in the system where it's like I can tell that they're trying something they think they might work. Where it's like they better stop making videos about Rafiq Garner. And when they actually think that like threatening me to stop making videos about Rafiq Garner is going to get me to stop making videos about Rafiq Garner. Well, like, you better not make me mad. It'd be like, okay. I'll make another video trash talk Rafiq Garner in a way that is likely to make him mad. So you don't understand. I'm a free man. I'm a Christian boy. I'm not a slave sellout coward like you, Rafiq Garner. Somebody's like a scared little coward, weak little narcissist. He's a narcissist. He lives out of insecurity. He's got deep insecurity, and he's just working to deceive the world into thinking he's great when he's despicable. So I'm not a coward like Rafiq Garner. I still didn't break my fast. I do all my fasts, which means I eat only one time a day. I've been fasting close to 30 hours. Fasting gives me energy, doesn't take energy from me. And I don't walk around being hungry all the time. I like fasting. Fasting can be hard to get into. That's what keeps a lot of people from getting into fasting. Part of reality is, this is saying there's no free lunch, understand? So you had to pay for greatness, understand? If you want to be ripped with a six-pack, you're gonna have to value for value. You're gonna have to put in hard work, see? So hard work, hours of hard work, is something that people get paid money for. People spend hours of hard work to get a paycheck. You want to be ripped with a six-pack, you have to spend hours of work, understand, to get the value of being ripped with a six-pack. So it's not nothing for something. The rare exception will be salvation, spiritual salvation, where you get, for by grace they saved through faith, and then not of yourselves, the gift of God, not works. But in most cases, value for value, okay? You can't be a ugly, out of shape, dumb, talentless, like weak loser and get a great wife, understand? You won't be able to attract a quality woman if you're low quality across the board. See, in your character, physically, you can't be weak across the board and attract a quality woman. You can't be low quality through and through and attract a quality woman. So that's the point. Yeah, so fasting and other things, you have to pay the price. And this is a pattern I recognize, where a lot of things are hard to get into, but easy to stay into. So for me, quitting porn watching, it's been more than 6 months I didn't watch porn once. That was hard to get into, see, like to get out of watching porn. That was kind of hard, okay? Quitting it was hard. Once I got quit, it's easy to stay quit. I don't go around like lusting in my mind and holding myself back and struggling with lust all the time. It's easy for me to not end up watching porn. I don't go around lusting after it. I don't go around like fighting against, like feel like doing it. Quitting sugar was hard. Staying quit is easy. Getting into fasting, like more than 16 hours of fasting per day, was hard to get into. Once I got into it, it's smooth sailing. And for a lot of things, the first 2 weeks will be the hardest. I've been doing OMAD fasting 300 out of 365 days a year for 5 years. And at least 300 out of 365 days a year. And it's not hard, it's not torturous. I don't go on, oh, it's so hard to fast, I'm hungry all the time, and it's like, I'd like to eat, but it's like, I hate fasting. No, it's easy. I wake up in the morning, I'm not hungry, I stay not hungry. So, fasting, I'd be lying to you if I told you, yeah, start doing all much fasting, it's easy, just stop eating. It would be hard to get into. And most people don't stay the course for like 2 weeks. It's the same thing with sugar, overcome the sugar addiction. Where it takes some time to overcome the sugar addiction and quit sugar. It's easy to stay quit. I've noticed this. I do OMAD fasting. And as I said, when I wake up in the morning, I don't get hungry. Like, oh, I feel hungry, but I'm not going to eat breakfast. Oh, I feel hungry, I'm not going to eat lunch. No, I wake up in the morning, I'm not hungry. The only times where I have morning hunger is the day after cheat meal, eating a lot of sugar. See, that is a pattern. Which I've stopped in the cheat meals too. So this month, no cheat meals. So I used to have a cheat meal on a rare occasion. Now, the only times when I wake up the next day, I'm feeling like hungry in the morning is eating sugar yesterday. So the average Christian is a sugar coke addict. Sugar is similar to cocaine. Sugar is a drug and it's a poison. It gives you oxidative stress inflammation. It's a drug and most people are addicted to it. It's the most common addiction. And most parents have their children addicted to sugar from an early age. Sugar is a drug, and people are addicted to it. I'm not. I know, because if I was addicted to it, it would be hard for me to do fasting. So unfortunately, a lot of Christian men are living weak. They're not like me, where they quit sugar, they fast 10 hours per day, they stop watching porn 100%, never do it. The average Christian man is a sugar addict, watches porn, is not fasting, is undisciplined. If I wasn't disciplined and put myself in subjection, I wouldn't have been able to survive gang stalking and be able to deal with as well as I have. And these are the type of things. This is why I get so many haters. Because an ideal judges you. So if you have an ideal male physique and you're better than people, that's what makes people hate on you. It gives them narcissistic injury. So I've noticed these statistics. When I upload shorts on my cheat meals, like ice cream, like doused in chocolate sauce, stuff like this. Okay. It's like, check back YouTube Studio, 2 hours after post, I have like 12 likes, stuff like this. I upload what I normally upload, today's OMAD meal, hashtag 1 meal a day, hashtag fasting life, hashtag low sugar, stuff like this. It's like 2 likes, 8 unlikes, stuff like this. Because it reminds people that it's like, I'm better than them. They see somebody being better than them, being disciplined in their diet, whereas they have tried fasting and failed at it. It's like they are unhappy. The average, the most common, like there's a lot of people, there's an obesity epidemic. That unlike me, they're not happy. I'm not working on exercise. I'm not trying to get a body I don't have. I have exactly the body I want, understand? I'm content with my body. I have exactly the body I want. And I'm interested in maintaining it. See? So the most common motivation for exercise is people working to get happy with their body, whereas I'm more than happy with my body, I have the body I have. See? And it's like, so basically, the average person is unhappy with the body, and they've heard people recommend fasting is good for you. They might have tried and failed. The average person would like to lose some pounds. It's the most common health fitness goal, like lose weight or lose pounds. And then they see somebody who doesn't need to lose weight, who's fasting and being disciplined. And it's like, wow. It's like, if I would have the character this person has to be able to fast and eat only 1 time per day, it's like I lose the weight that I'd like to lose. But it's like I don't have the character. So it's like basically a lot of the hate that I get, it's because people are envious. See, I don't have to try to just be myself and I make people feel bad because they're inferior and they feel inferior. Now, so the average person is toxic, including the average Christian. Where I can't relate to the average person walking in envy and lust, having eyes full of adultery, can't cease from sin, where they're walking lust and they're lovers of pleasure, eat sugar, and they can't control themselves, they can't keep themselves from watching porn, they're lusting and watching porn all the time, they're eating a high sugar diet, they don't fast. I can't relate to that. Okay, so it's not like a law that if somebody is smarter or more attractive than you, that you have to envy them, see. So it's like these people are in worse shape than I am, but not toxic and insecure enough. Well, it's like, wow, Mike's ripped with a 6-pack. I hate him because of it. See? So it's not that. But the average person is inferior to me in their looks, intelligence, talent, ability, character. And they're morbid because they see a good thing and they hate the person for being good, see? It's like despise those that are good. Like, it's good to be a man that's disciplined, doesn't watch porn. Discipline, basically. Discipline is diet, discipline in not watching porn. And it's this. It's like, oh, Mike is in better shape than me. I'm angry at him because he's good. See, he has something good. See, it's like the average person is so pathological, so morbid, so disgusting. So, and I can't relate to that. I'm going out of that. I don't have envy. See, if I see somebody have a Ferrari or something, it's like entertainment. It's oh, he's got a Ferrari. I don't go like, I don't want a Ferrari. I mean this. But it's like I can't relate to that person. So, not only is the person weak, mediocre, it used to be great nowadays because most people are so fucking weak, understand? I'm ripped with a six pack. Only 1 in 10,000 men have a six pack. I think it's 1 in 10 or 1 in 20. But 1 in 10,000 men have a six pack, which is a sign of high testosterone. It is a sign of not having OT and of a disciplined character, see? So, it used to be great nowadays because most people are so fucking weak. The average American is fat, okay? And it's not just that I have a flat stomach and fit and not fat, but I'm ripped with a six pack, understand? So, the deep state had to work really hard to sabotage me because in organic system, we don't live in a meritocratic system, a pure meritocracy, where the best get ahead. No, we live in an evilarchy, where people that want to compromise, be a good boy, to master deep state Illuminati, and not be a quality person. People are willing to submit and conform and compromise with evil, get allowed to or made to I said, I'm not joking. People like me, the deep state had to work to keep it from having success, like blowing up on the internet. Because in a natural system, organic system, that would happen. And they had to work to sabotage work. If you don't sabotage the guy in all these ways, he's going to have a major platform that means trouble because he's a quality person, knows the truth, and wants to speak it. See? Whereas other people are mediocre. It's like, yeah, this guy, make him big, like Andy Woods or something like this. He's a deep sea chill. And he's not where he's because of competence. He's a person that's corrupted the Gospels in his prayer and uses a satanic Bible version, the NASB, a fake Bible. See? So it's like because Satan has picked him to be pastor, see? But what you have now in modern contemporary Christianity, in terms of leadership, is what you get if you let Satan pick a pastor for you. But what I see is God is in the business of having the right option available to people at the moment. So people that would be designed to have quality leadership know the truth, but if I might channel learn it. So, this is a antibacterial spray I got prescribed by a doctor. Okay. This guy said was a physician that told me to spray that on your wounds to protect yourself from getting staph infections and MRSAs. It's a risk if you got a scratch or cut while exercising. And it hasn't been broken, so don't fix it. Okay. I've been getting cuts and dirty environments. It's like I've had all kinds of stuff going on. Like open wounds and punching, like specks of sand into things like this. And then get some MRSA or gangrene or something like this. Okay. But this physician that got me used that spray that prescribed to me. He knows what he's talking about. Now I'm not going to let you know what a prescription is or something like this. But it's a powerful solution. So you find the right doctor here, he'll give you golden health advice, and even like the civil level health advice can be good enough a lot of times. So if you get like the second best doctor in the world, even like the silver solutions you might prescribe, and the best doctor will give the gold solutions, like the number one trophy. Even like the silver solutions can silver level can really be important. So anyway, a lot of people out there struggle with anxiety, okay? It's like people don't understand. It's like I have the solutions to all health problems. I can help people with any health problem. Mental, physical, people suffer from anxiety, physical health problems. People had it for them. It's like they don't, because they're blind to my value and worth and competence. It's like they're missing out. Now, who's hurting? Now, here's another thing. They warn about of Christ. These several pastors that have been working for program work to sabotage me, get people to take me seriously. The end result is Christians' bodies with temple of the Holy Ghost being destroyed and people getting sick and hospitalized. So it's a little more in the body of Christ. It's not just personal. These pastors are working for the deep state, working to sabotage my ministry. It's like, yeah, the price is Christians being sick and suffering, not being as good at memorizing the scriptures, because they're not as sharp as they would be if they would listen to me, and things like this. So, I'm not surprised, and they shouldn't be surprised to the Bible Church if God lets them, or David Bursons and these other people, Stephen Anderson, reap what they sow. Pastors that have been working for a program that have been harassing me, threatening loved ones, threatening me that they will harm my loved ones, harassing me, see. They've been working for a program, these people, that harasses me, has people threaten me, has told my loved ones, and all these other things. Don't be surprised if you reap what you sow. It's like, how would they like it? Because like little children, I guess it's not until God lets them experience what they put me through and be involved in, that they realize, wow, this is a bad thing to have happened to a human being who's a Christian. They have to go through this. Oh, that's what we've been doing to a Christian, work for people, harassing, threatening, and things like this. They're attacking people. Okay, so it's really repulsive, disgusting what these people have been doing, and I'm a testament to God's power. Vincit all this, providence hath favored my endeavors. If this work was staying ripped with a six-pack in his superior shape, despite 10+ years of gang stalking, had been just me, it would have come to naught. See, if this work of Mike staying strong, fit, and healthy, above baseline, had been just the work of Mike Sire, would have come to naught. See, but you'd be found happy to be found against God Himself, those who have been working to sabotage me. And fighting against God is bad for your health and your life. Understand? It's like God is working to have this person work for Him, and you work to sabotage their work. That's really how to mess yourself up. And you can laugh and be arrogant. That's common call them of being a persecuting pastor, is being arrogant and sinful generally. And until the hammer comes down, and I'll be out here and get saying, I told you, okay, you've been denied then, and be like, no, but you suffer happens, and suffer for Christ and stuff like that. You suffer by Christ, okay, not for, because of sins, many of you sleep and sick. If there's any sin, so the truth is, Christians get chastened. Christian leadership gets chastened more severely, meaning you have the high standard. The greater sin, the greater condemnation. The greater condemnation, the greater chastening. And sin leads to chastening. Chastening like what? Health problems, being sick, weak, and sick. A lot of you are weak already, sickly. And you have the level of sickness we don't realize that you're sick, a lot of you. And you're fixing to sleep eventually. If there's anything that I think God will get you on the track of the sin unto death, it will be working for a program for the deep state. Is working to murder a Christian. You're working for a program, deep state program that's trying to murder me. Is working to murder me. That's just it is. So yeah, gang stalking is real, and sooner or later become exposed, I believe. It depends if the Lord tarries. Depends on how long the rapture happens. But I do believe that it's a very, I do believe that I personally, there's a very real potential that I see in hand that could expose gang stalking to the world. I'm not joking. History is always changed by quality individuals, not by non-quality masses, okay, in groups. History is changed by men like me, quality individuals, great men, not by masses of the mediocre, like the average Christian. They don't make changes. The average Christian is mediocre and weak, or the average person, they're not the ones that change history. It's outliers, it's extraordinary people. It's always one extraordinary person causing major changes in society. It's not masses of low quality freaks. So don't forget, Christians, to have your next sugar dose, because you need to feed the sugar addiction, which is similar to cocaine, and keep yourself mentally deranged. And don't forget to, within 7 days, watch porn again, like a filthy freak pervert weirdo. Okay. I'm gonna start cooking my fastbreaking. The Satan should have advantage of us, we are not ignorant to his devices. Mostly are ignorant to Satan's devices, which means he has an advantage of you.